brand and this brand and this, and there's all of a sudden you're at 60, 70, 80, and they're all piling calls in. If I had them all in New Jersey, forget it. Couldn't handle it.
About it.
Yeah, be screwed.
Yeah, I just being here and witnessing how this business works, I can't imagine what it must be like for some companies that do nationwide service, like just with dispatching and like everything. Of course, there are people put in place, but that just seems crazy to me. Yeah,
and this is what's happening with these buyouts, right? So I talk about it here. We talk about it at different, industry events and conferences or whatnot. We talk about these big companies buying up all these companies. Like you have, we'll just mention the names. You have like a Service Solutions Group, Commercial Food Service Repair, and you have Tech 24, who are, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that combined they are now the largest service network across the country.
Wow.
And you have a lot more moving pieces now. God only knows how many they have.
Yeah,
1,000 technicians combined. I don't know.
Yeah, the buyout thing is so scary to me. Just like being close to people that own this business, it just seems like, man, everything you worked for, all of a sudden, somebody else has it. Like, of course, it's voluntary.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I think everybody's got a price, kind of.
Listen, everybody has a price, and especially this is the most what it is the interesting. It's the times we're living in.
Right.
So you have all these generations coming into, like for me with my father, thankfully me and my sister were a part of the company. A lot of these other companies aren't.
Right.
So it's very attractive to say, okay, I'm 60 years old, I'm 62, I'm 65, I'm 70, whatever it might be. I'm ready to go up into the pasture. I wish I had my son and daughter to hand it off to, but I don't.
Yeah.
And I need to keep living for me and my wife and my family. So, hey, you want to buy it?
I remember when we were sitting at one of these like mixers, and we were talking to like a bunch of service companies, and what was the common theme was like, yeah, my kids don't want anything to do with the company. They don't care for the industry at all. One is like an artist or whatever.
Yeah.
And that kind of pains me to hear, because like my dad was in business for 35, 40 years as a mechanic, and it was never kind of even an afterthought for me to take over that business. That was never even discussed. So like I can totally see where that guy's coming from, where it's like, oh damn, this was my legacy I was supposed to be leaving them.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is, and
there are benefits to that. You've seen the benefits of like your second generation in this business, which is really, I think, is giving you kind of a different perspective than a lot of people that have just started this from the ground up. Whereas like you can just kind of say, okay, but this is the way things are happening now. And because you came into this business and you grew up with it, you kind of have that authority just going into it already.
Yeah. I mean, it does bring authority, and it gives me good perspective too, because I've seen the way it was.
Right.
And I'm seeing the way it is, and I'm also seeing we're seeing the way it can be.
Right. Right.
So I think I have a very good, background and footprint here that I'm lucky enough that my father did this to be able to have that. So I sit here because of him. And yeah, so
what was the and this is just out of curiosity, like the moment that you decided, okay, everything that I've been working for, I have to change the direction of this company. Like what was that moment? Like, was it a moment, or was it something that was like slow burning?
This is a long story, and one day you'll see it in my book. Rich Malachy's autobiography, how it all happened. And I will tell you there was a moment. And I won't get into the exact particulars right now just yet, but back in 2012, I was not here. I quit. I left. I left for almost a year, and things happened. Employees that were running the place,
right.
Something happened, and they called up because this person was no longer going to be here because health issues and things, unfortunate things.
Right.
And they said, "Listen, I need you to come back. I need you to help me do this." 2012, I think I was 30? Just turned 30. So, when I came back into it, it was kind of in shambles. And I know I knew the business at that point.
Right.
30 years old. I knew this business. I knew the industry, especially this business. I knew Malachy Parts and Service. I knew it.
Yeah.
And I knew what needed to be done. And when I came back, I saw things that weren't being done. And that was the moment I said, "Listen, Dad, you want me to come back?" We sat down and I said, "You need to give me control. I can't have you stepping on my toes. I can't have you, overriding me. If you have something you want to do and discuss, we have to do this on the side. We can't do this in front of people anymore.
Right.
Small family business, a lot of things get aired out in the office.
Right.
That had to stop. And I said, listen, I know what I need to do to bring this thing to the next level. I fought to get new software. I'm like, you gotta let me get new software.
So what? How did you know what to do? Like, what was it that? Were you watching people on YouTube? Like, what?
No,
it was just intuitive.
I wasn't. The only thing I could say is you speak to other companies, you see what other people are doing. It's, when you go to these conferences like Cefesa, you go to these Cefesa conferences. I've talked with people over the last, prior to 2012, I was going to these things from, I think 2006, 2007 was my first time going to these conferences. Wow. So I already had 6-7 years in my belt going to these things, talking to people, seeing what they're doing. And I know that our software was outdated. The way we're dispatching and service was archaic. I mean, we're doing things on papers and pens and writing tickets, and that was all well and good. We needed to get into the next level, and that's when I said, listen, now's the time. We have to go full speed ahead into technology, and we're still, quite honestly, not where we need to be technology-wise.
Right.
But what occurs is there's been struggles and there's been hurdles. So, you go forward, you go backwards, but I just knew from the standpoint of being more efficient and getting to customers, we needed technology. And that's just knew it.